Hello and welcome back to the Void Arcade. Today we're doing Inscryption, joined by Jorda Greatest. First time.
That's me.
Coming on the show. That's him. And we got longtime returner Zach Advanced / Zach.
I'm a long-time returner.
Yeah, you're a frequenter.
That's a cool title. I like that.
Long-time returner.
Yeah. I like it.
Dang it, man. Inscryption just ruined me. It was such a good game.
So good.
It's very good. Why? I feel like we might think that for different reasons, though.
I am really interested to get your perspective on it, Zach. I think that Brandon and I are very much more on the same wavelength with the game.
Yeah.
But Inscryption, no, let's just go over the Google details. So it was released October 19th, 2021. It is exclusively available on Windows platform, the platform of Windows, developed by Daniel Mullins Games, published by Devolver Digital. My
So
heroes. It has been nominated for the BAFTA Games Best Game and Original Property, the Game Award for Best Independent Game and Best Sim Strategy Game, British Academy Games Award for Game Design, and it has won awards for Game of the Year from the Game Developers Choice Awards and the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at the Independent Games Festival.
Dang.
Very cool.
Is Daniel Mullins British? Is that why he was nominated for a British award?
I don't think it has to be British, does it? For the BAFTA?
Well, for the British Academy Games Award. I don't know. I never actually...
That's a Google away, my friend.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
I need to know.
Who cares if he's British?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense.
Dan Mullen is an American football coach of Mississippi State University.
That sounds right. Wow, I didn't know he was a football coach.
He's a man of many talents.
That's incredible.
Good for him.
That's the canon.
Yep.
That's the canon now. That's head canon.
Great. Sticking with that.
Sticking with that.
Yeah, he's probably British. But I didn't know that it had won all those awards either until it was on the show notes, which is great. I mean, it definitely deserves it. I feel like it's one of the best games to come out in a long time.
For sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of Devolver games end up being that, just like a game that a bunch of like YouTubers and streamers end up playing, and so then it gets a lot of other people playing it.
Oh yeah, no, Devolver does. They definitely have some good formula for talent scouting, or however they decide which games to publish. They do a really good job. I love their games.
Yeah,
they do. But anyway, back on the Inscryption grind. So Dan Mullins, this is a point that Jordan actually put in the show notes to make, is talking a little bit about his background. Because, and I'm not sure if you know this, Zach, but Inscryption was based on a game that Dan Mullins made for like a game jam.
I did know that, actually.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah.
Did you play it?
I did not.
It's very interesting.
I didn't learn about the game until it was already out, but I learned about the kind of the history of it a little bit later.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But the game jam project is super interesting, just for me, with how much was there. I mean, it's like a 72-hour game jam, but the main like roots of the game are all within that little game jam project, and then it's definitely been made better and made into something like really incredible. But it kind of blew my mind how much he started with.
Yeah, game jams in general blow my mind, because like it takes me a week and a half to do a project on anything, but these guys are making like full games in less than 3 days.
I love game jams. Yeah, a little bit. I'll a little shameless plug. I actually got 4th place in a game jam like 2 weeks ago.
Woo!
Oh, heck yeah.
Woo!
That's sick. Big props for that. That takes a lot of skill and patience.
Thanks. I don't know. I was proud of it. It's a fish dating sim. So anyways, that's all we have to say about that.
Oh, man.
No, but I totally have to agree with you. It is incredible how much of the DNA exists in this game jam, which is free, by the way. So if you're a listener, if you go in the show notes that I'll post with this wherever it's posted, I will leave a link to it. And here's an interesting tidbit. If you don't have a Windows system, you can actually play this game jam version of Inscryption on Mac and Linux. So you can get a little taste of the Windows Live.
How long is the Game Jam version? Is it just like one boss?
It's like 3 rounds, I think.
Yeah, it's 3 rounds,
Okay.
yeah. And it's surprisingly hard. I think it took me at least an hour or 2 to win.
It's so cool that he was able to come up with all those different mechanics for the game.
Oh, so good.
I don't know how many of them actually were in the original version, but
I got a list.
In the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Game Jam version, like how many mechanics were there from the beginning?
Yeah. Well, you got pulling teeth for a slight edge. And in addition to pulling teeth, you also you can cut your hands off, which are a huge weight on the scale. And I think they're also, you can pull your eye out. You can cut your eye out, your eyes. There's the sacrificing creatures, of course, that the main mechanic is in there.
As well as like a bunch of the sigils, right? From the main game.
Yeah, and it has a couple sigils from the main game. In the end, you sacrifice yourself.
Oh, you sacrifice yourself.
Yeah. It also gives context to like the meat pile that Leshy has.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never realized. I always wondered why like that was there. But that's cool.
Yeah, that's in like the base game, and I was like, oh, that's neat. That's interesting. I'd never known why that was even there.
Yeah, that's a cool little callback to it. I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyways, Inscryption. Very cool.
Yeah.
Game's fun. I guess we can kind of go over like our general opinions right here. Just like, because my initial impression of this game, I picked it up. It was on sale. Jordan was like, I like this game. And I saw you playing it a lot, Jordan. So I was like, that'd be kind of a fun game. I don't know. It's Devolver Digital. I can't help but like be interested in literally anything they publish. Some of them don't really get on my radar, but
yeah.
I started Inscryption and it was like 2 days later, I beat the game. I skipped so many of like things I should have been doing. I put off work. I did everything so that I could play this game because I was just completely like 100% hype, all invested, all in, just maddening. It was amazing. Like I just can't stress enough how captivated I was just from the beginning all the way through to the end of the game. And then beyond with like the cabin update, I 100%ed all the achievements. I've been a madman, just an absolute madman since I started playing this game.
Dang, son.
And that's my background on why I want to talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you like it at least. So
a little bit,
Maybe
it's a game I've played that I like.
It's content,
Yeah.
What about you guys?
That's
What's
cool.
your initial?
Oh, I love it. I played it. I think when the month it came out in October, a friend also recommended it to me, and I didn't know what it was. So I went in fairly blind, and I was glad that I did. I did have a little bit. I knew that something was going to happen beyond the base game, but other than that, I really didn't have much an idea. And that was one of the biggest things to me, is just all the reveals, all the mystery, everything that happens. I won't go into it, obviously. But,
oh my gosh.
Not yet. But it's crazy. It hooked me as well. And I was really looking for some spooky vibes at the time. It was October. So, I was like, man, I like watched Over the Garden Wall, and which is not as spooky, but spooky vibes. Oh, I love it so much.
It's got Halloween vibes to it for sure.
Exactly. I was just hungry for some Halloween vibes, and it definitely satiated that. And also, it's an incredible game. And maybe I should have talked about this earlier, but I do game dev now, and currently I'm working on a deck building roguelite game is like my first commercial product. So it's been like a huge inspiration of that, and I've played it a bunch just trying to think about, I don't know, all the things that he put in. And man, Dan Mullins is an incredible. This definitely fits his MO in terms of the other games that he's made, but the like deck building side of it, my gosh, he hit it out of the park. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm. All right, Zach, you're last.
Well, for me, the past couple of years, especially, I've been really, really getting into card games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started playing Card Fight Vanguard. I got back into Magic. I go in and out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I go in and then I remember that I hate it and I leave. I think, I just saw... Well, okay, so my first introduction to the game was one of Moist Critical's streams. He played it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't see a lot of it. I just saw, what the general gist of the game was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, freak. It's a spooky cabin deck building roguelike. And I'm like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I love that.
Yeah.
And so I got it. And I guess I was kind of blind because I only knew about the first part. I blew through the first part pretty quick. And then when everything started, changing and all the twists happened, I wasn't really prepared for it. And I should probably just get this out of the way right now. I'm of the opinion that the first part of the game is the best part.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you there, honestly. And truly, that is my favorite part as well.
Yeah, I just feel like the atmosphere and the music, the vibe, and everything about the first part is just the best. And not to say that the other 2/3 of the game are bad, but
right. No, I did love it, as well as the mechanics in the first. The mechanics in the first part to me were like absolutely flawless, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, they're so good. And then it goes to, I don't know how spoilery we want to get yet, but then it goes to like a completely different style graphically, and it doesn't really change gameplay wise, but it adds a ton of different stuff. And at that point, I was like, oh man, I didn't play it as frequently after that point, I'll say.
Did you finish it?
But I still love the game. I finished most of it. I don't think I actually got to the very end, but I did watch YouTube videos that had the end into it. But I did complete the cabin update.
Cool.
Because that's the stuff I love.
Yeah, when I was doing research for this podcast, when I was stalking you, Zach, I was like, my brother in Christ, you don't have the finale achievement.
And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I lost interest.
That's so funny. I had no idea.
I think I must have just like gotten hooked on some other game at that point, honestly. Yeah. It happens to me a lot.
Yeah, I get it. I think it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But then I heard about the infinite mode beta, and I was like, oh, I'm getting pulled back in, baby. Let's go.
Casey's mod is incredible. I loved it.
Good stuff. So we will be right back after this short break. Unless you're on Discord, in which case you get the show ad-free for coming live.
Hey.
Hey. We're back from the break. Good break.
Great break.
So
we're back.
So let's dive more into Leshy's Cabin, the first part of the game that we are
the good stuff.
Almost saying is objectively the best part of the game. So let's just the game mechanics for anyone that is unfamiliar. Probably should explain how it works.
It's weird. It's a strange game in terms of a traditional. Like, it's hard to you can compare it to other games, but I feel like what it does is very unique, and I definitely want to go over like the orthodox roguelike deck building portions of the game and then the unorthodox decisions that were made as well, because there are a lot of things that I feel like has really pushed the genre forward.
You can take the stage if you want to start that.
All right, you got it. I mean, you got basic deck building mechanics, right, where you're going through your drafting cards. Every time that you beat an encounter, essentially, right? Every time that you beat an encounter, you get a draft and you put one card into your hand. One way that it deviates from the normal formula is that every card can only be played one time per encounter, right? Whereas typically you draw the cards, you play in something like Slay the Spire or Monster Train. You're drawing all your cards from your deck, you discard them, and then once you run out of cards to draw, you reshuffle your discard and it becomes your deck again. But not in this game. If you run out of cards, that's it. You don't get any more. Also, that you have two decks, one that you can always guarantee you get a squirrel from, which does nothing except for be a sacrificial token, and then your other deck, which is the cards that you've drafted, that you have to sacrifice a squirrel for or another creature for, depending on the cost of the card, in order to play it. And you're battling against somebody who follows the same rules that you do in essence. For the most part, he's laying down monsters as well. You do get to see the monsters in advance that he's going to play, but the rules of the game, he's playing with the same cards that you play with for the most part, which is another unorthodox decision. I don't think I've seen that in another deck building roguelite either, where you both are playing with a deck of cards. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And other than that, you basically got a map like Slay the Spire or any other deck building roguelite where you're choosing branching paths. It's a tree that you navigate through. That's my take.
Very
Awesome.
well said.
Very good explanation.
That was a really good explanation. Something that almost bothered me when I was starting was Yeleshi does have similar cards, but he don't have to pay for them.
He did not have to pay for them.
We'll have like a bear on turn 2. I'm like, where are you getting this thing?
How's that possible?
That's the way that it's balanced, is that you get to see what he's going to play, but he doesn't have to sacrifice anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because something you have to keep in mind is Leshy's playing it as almost like a tabletop game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so to him, this is literally an encounter. You're walking through the woods and you're running into animals. Mm-hmm. And so the animals just show up, whereas you're the one that's like summoning the animals through sacrifice.
Ah.
Well, I really liked that aspect of the game too. I thought that the vibe was really good, that you're playing this tabletop game in this deranged man's cabin. Like, that's such a good... Oh man, it's so good. And the fact that evolves as the game moves on too is like really, really good. But initially, that's all I think is like, okay, well, this crazy guy has me locked in his cabin because he loves D&D and like wants somebody to play it so bad.
It's such a good setup.
So good.
Like, but even before that, the way the game starts is you hear the voice of some guy, and it sounds like he's inserting the game into his computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you start the game, and you can't start a new game. You have to continue from the last save, and that itself adds like this interesting mystery at the very beginning.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all, and I thought that was very interesting. Are you guys familiar with Dan Mullen's other commercial titles, like Pony Island or The Hex?
No, actually.
That's okay. It very much fits. It's interesting to look at those and then compare it to this game, because it very much is like a natural progression. To me, Inscryption feels like an iteration on the other games that he's made. Pony Island, you do the same thing where you are playing you're playing a person who's playing a game in that, right? Similar to this, although I guess it goes like a layer deeper. I think in this game you're kind of playing as a person playing a game. Yeah,
it's very meta.
Very meta. But that existed as early as Pony Island, and it's very much like a worse gameplay loop, in my opinion. The mechanics aren't as fun for Pony Island, but the same elements of like this mystery that you're trying to unravel as the person playing the game within the game is very much like on par with that. Like, you find essentially like a cursed game, and that's very, very Inscryption-esque. And then the Hex as well, in terms of like having these different periods in the game. I feel like he kind of borrowed from that, and it's a very interesting look into his design style, and it very much fits his MO.
Yeah, I never realized this until you were just talking about it, but it's basically you're playing a creepypasta out where someone finds the cursed game at a garage sale.
Yeah, like that Majora's Mask one or whatever it was.
Ben Drown.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Sonic.exe thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you're right. Yeah, the creepypasta for sure. I bet you that Dan Mullins is a fan of those. It's gotta be.
He's gotta be. And he did such a good job marketing this game. Like, I saw like clips of, and I guess we haven't really gotten to Luke, but I've seen like the way the game is marketed with just this cabin portion with a few clips of Luke. Like, there's no way that I could have ever been prepared for that kind of a setup for this.
Yeah, he definitely keeps a lot hidden, which is definitely kudos to him, because that is hard to do. I think as a game developer, when you're marketing, especially, and I'm pretty sure Dan Mullins is solo. He might have a team now, and he is published by Devolver, so they're helping a little bit as well, I'm sure. But I think other than that, solo. And doing the marketing as a developer like that, I think it's difficult to not want to share everything that looks cool, everything that you have available to share. Keeping stuff secret is really important, I think, for people to be satisfied with the end product. I think people would still be satisfied potentially if they saw everything like on your Twitter or whatever, but especially for a game like this, keeping those things secret and not sharing them, even though you could potentially get more people interested, once again, kudos to him. I feel like that's a really great decision and sometimes hard to do.
Yeah.
I hate that that's the trend with like AAA studios now. Like I remember, I think it was for Pokemon Sun and Moon. They revealed every Pokemon that was going to be in the game before the game was out, and there was like no surprise. They just showed everything beforehand, and I remember hating it.
Yeah, like the red and blue days, those were the days I had no idea what a Pokemon even was.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I feel like some companies are getting better at it now of keeping stuff on the down low, but others need to learn that. I feel like like we like the surprise, we like the twist and things.
Yeah.
You should have an interesting enough premise, right? It's like the description on the back of a book, like or the cool art or whatever. You should have a drawing point, but it shouldn't be just you like telling everything that happens in the game.
Can you imagine if the back of a book was just like a bullet pointed list of every plot point?
Yeah, it's just the spark notes,
So
on the
funny.
back of the book. But yeah, the deck building, I love that. I love deck building.
Deck building is really
It's like
good.
My favorite, dude.
I will say as well that like this game, part of the thing that blows my mind about this game, and this is an unorthodox decision as well, is that you can synergize cards with other cards, right? You can synergize creatures with other creatures, but typically, for me at least, I was synergizing sigil with sigil because it's such a modular system, unlike any other game, where when you upgrade in another game, once again, like Slay the Spire, you have basically, okay, this card turns into this card every single time. But in this game, you can change all the values on the card. And the simplicity of each card makes it so that he can do that, or so that the player can do that, where you have health and you have attack, and then you have a number of sigils on the card, and that is the DNA of every card in the game. And so you can mix and match those things in crazy interesting ways. And there's also only one type of card, which is really cool, and also I think is an ode to how great this game design was, because it's so simple, but there's so much you can do with it. Having just that one type of card, the monster card, lets you do so much stuff. It's incredible. Blows my mind.
Yeah, the sigils are definitely one of my favorite parts. You can become so overpowered in this game that it's just stupid.
It is. It feels like it lets you feel like you're breaking the game.
Yeah, and it's amazing. So like I was a fan of making like, fusing like a couple moose bucks together for like a +6, +14, you pull that out.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a goat, pull that out, win. You just win that round. Instantly win.
I love it. That was a big strategy of mine. That's my favorite strategy, is basically like, okay, make sure that I only have one card that I'll draw every time in the beginning, and then that card instantly wins.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting aspect that I feel like the game design emphasizes over like other games. Because in pretty much every card game, you want your deck to be small, right? So you draw the cards you want. But in this game, you want your deck to be like so small, so that you always draw what you need. And I don't know. I just think that's so cool. And then the fact that it gives you mechanics to trim your deck down in interesting ways.
Very interesting ways.
I love that about it.
Yeah.
That's another aspect of the game that I thought was really interesting, is that it feels like the theme for the game jam that Daniel Moens participated in initially was Sacrifices Must Be Made. And it seems like that theme kind of carried the game in a lot of different ways. And you look at some of the different boss fights, you look at all the different mechanics that you can do, and things that weren't in the base game, but like being able to sacrifice a card and then put its stuff on another card, which is very interesting and I've never seen before. But all of those things relate to this theme, and it seemed like it drove just tons and tons of decisions with the game, and it really worked. I don't know, like it blows my mind how well it worked, but following that theme throughout the game just made it incredible.
Yeah, agree.
And that's just speaking on like the interesting ways that you can cull your deck, unlike everything else. And it's like this idea of sacrifice that I think makes it very interesting.
So what card combinations in Leshy's cabin did you guys use to win?
Gek is the best card in the game. It's a 1/1. It's 0 cost. You can just slap all your sigils and everything you want onto it, and you win.
Gek. Yeah.
You get Gek, and then you get Mantis God.
Boom.
Oh,
And you buff up Gek at the campfire a few times. You're set. That's all you need.
that's all you need. Yeah.
Mantis God, Mantis, and Direwolf still like the double hits. Anything with like multiple hits, those were my bread and butter from the very beginning. Those were my bread and butter. I always wanted them.
Yeah, Direwolf is very good too.
Oh yeah,
I like Direwolf.
Yeah, I like the Mantis God. Whew. I originally won the game because I broke the first section of the game by getting the squirrel totem, and then I combined that with a unkillable sigil. So 3 turns in, I would have all the squirrels I need, and every time I would sacrifice them, they would just go right back to my hand. So I pretty much had any card I wanted to summon at any time. And so I just had a bunch of strong cards, and boom.
I also liked putting the I can't remember which one it was. The sigil that makes it so the card doesn't die; it stays on the board, and when it's sacrificed.
Yeah, the cat one. I don't know, but
yeah. I'd put the cat sigil on the black goat.
Yeah,
so I just have like as much blood as I would need.
Yeah, the worthy sacrifice sigil with that one, incredible, so good.
Yeah,
one of my
really good.
One of my favorite sigil combos is like the corpse eater and then undying, because it just respawns every single time it dies.
Yes.
That reminds me of, I made a roach deck or whatever. Is it roaches? Yeah, cockroach deck.
Yeah.
Because the roaches have the same sigil. They just keep dying and coming back to your hand.
Yeah.
And they're essentially, they cost bones, but they when they die, they give you a bone. So in really you just need one squirrel to summon a cockroach, or summon something else and then a cockroach. But then you have infinite sacrifices with that one cockroach, basically, because it pays its own cost.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Then something you just reminded me of was the corpse eater on the Urayli, the 7/7. So I'd put out a squirrel, and then one of Leshy's creatures would kill my squirrel, and then it would spawn in a 7/7.
That's funny. I can't remember. Was the squirrel totem in the infinite mode?
No,
I don't think it was.
I missed that so much.
I understand why. It's because it's pretty broken.
Yeah,
it is way busted.
Yeah,
because obviously that's the only totem you would ever need is the squirrel one.
Oh yeah. I mean, initially that's all I ever used. I would never get any other like style of totem. It was always about the squirrels.
Yeah.
I think when I won the first time, it was because of the squirrel totem, and I believe I did the rabbit one. So you sacrifice it, and then it makes a rabbit, or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or like you play it, and it gives you a rabbit. I'm pretty sure that's what I did initially.
Well, you get 2 for the cost of 1. 2 for the price of 1.
That's right. It's a ramp strategy. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about the escape room.
Oh yeah.
Mechanics.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that being thrown in with this card game?
That part blew my mind when he was like, "Stand up from the table," and I'm like, "I can stand up."
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. That moment is like, I wish I could relive that moment. It was incredible.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I can move around. There's actually a cabin. Wow. And then you notice you can interact with stuff, and you just start messing around, and you just start finding things, and you see the flashing light on the other side of the door, and you're like, "What the heck is over there? Is that outside?" And then it's really cool.
I do have to say that I smooth-brained my way through like 3 of the puzzles when I first stood up from the table. There's that safe sitting there, and I know the combinations in the book. Okay. But the first time when I didn't know the combination was in the book, I sat there and I just clicked. And I tried every possible combination. Yep, that's how I unlocked it.
Oh my gosh.
Every possible combination until I got the right one. And I did the same thing with the clock. The same exact thing with the clock. I cycled through every possible combination until that clock opened.
You're a madman.
Like at that point, you may as well just Google it. Like, you're gonna spend all that time.
No. I'm a smooth brain through and through. I will do it the hard way. I eventually learned where the time comes from for the clock.
Yes.
on my own.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, it's so cool how you learn
I
it.
agree. I think that that's hilarious. I do think you robbed yourself of that experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely did. Oh, absolutely. But I could not handle knowing there was something that I needed to find.
It's because the game's encouraging you to do multiple runs, Brandon. That's what it means.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, so don't do what I did. You will find the answers to those puzzles eventually, and it's not difficult to find them either.
As you just play the game, make sure you get up from the table every so often. Check everything that's available to you. Like, yeah, you'll get it.
Listen to any text.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they give a lot of good like hints about things. I felt very well like led along the path to being able to figure these things out.
Yeah, this is the best designed escape room I've ever been in.
Yeah, I would
Tell
agree.
you that much.
Yeah, absolutely.
The puzzles felt very natural. Like as you just play the card game, you eventually learn, like, hey, that kind of reminds me of this in the cabin. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, like the picture frame, or like, I mean, there are the whole set of puzzles that are basically just like, do you understand the game mechanics?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
though it's like the lock where it's like just win this round or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I loved those puzzles. I thought that was great.
Yeah, and it forced you to learn what all the sigils did too, which is pretty smart.
Yes.
And is a testament to the solid game design that they can make puzzles out of the mechanics like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very good, actually. Which puzzle did you guys think was the hardest in the cabin?
I never did finish the Clover puzzle, but I think that like I was on my way. It would have just taken more time, if I remember right.
Like the card combinations in the mirror thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't complete that one either.
Clover. Yeah, the Clover is very good.
I beat Leshy way too fast. I beat him in 3 attempts.
You what?
My goodness.
What are
And
you
that's
doing out here?
because I got the squirrel totem, because I went around and did all the puzzles, and so I got the squirrel totem like
just brute force
just right
your way
then and
into
there.
everything.
Yep. So I didn't know that the hook is a base game thing, and I didn't know about the Clover either.
Oh,
And I
God.
didn't know about the upgraded smoke.
Oh my
Any
gosh,
of the
that's
items in the
so
portrait. I
funny.
missed out on so many things because I just I didn't stop to smell the roses, I guess. I was just like,
Something.
See, that's what I did. I kind of turned my brain off for like at parts because I was like, I'm just going through this because I just kind of do that sometimes in games like this.
Yeah.
So it took me more than 3 tries, but
Me too. Oh, way more than 3.
as it should.
the game, it makes sure that you stop at least a couple times, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It kills you on purpose.
When I went back for the achievements, if you are too good, quote unquote, too good at the game, Leshy will spawn the wall of bears.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's one of the challenge modules on the infinite mode too.
Yeah, that's where I stopped.
The wall of bears.
The wall of
It's pretty
bears.
intimidating.
I think it's so cool that that's a challenge, but I'm like, goodness gracious. And like, I also have a bit of compulsion, not necessarily the brute force compulsion, but once a challenge is presented to me, like I want to do that. I wanted to get all the achievements as well. Maybe one day. I think it's very impressive that you were able to do that, Brandon. But the bears thing, I wanted to do it so bad, but I also knew, I was like, okay, once I do this bears thing, I'm gonna have finished level 12 because I really want to beat it with this bears thing. But then I want to do it with all of the challenges on 2. So I'm gonna have to get like a perfect run twice, basically, because the bears thing felt like I needed something perfect, basically. But yeah, the cabin mechanics, incredible.
Yeah. And then the last thing we have to get out of the way before we spoiler for the entire rest of the podcast is Luke's videos. Yeah.
Yes. So you first see him after you beat Leshy, right? Yeah, the first time.
I think, well, the first time you see him initially, right, when you first boot up the game, right? Or do you not see him? Do you just hear him?
I think you just hear him.
It's been a minute.
You hear him be like, "Oh, okay, let's try this out," and you hear him put it into the computer.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe we
And then-
do that after we spoiler warn, and then we.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know.
This is a spoiler for the entire rest of the podcast, and I cannot stress this enough. This is a top tier recommendation for me to say if you haven't played the game, I want you to treat the spoiler warning as go out and play the game. I think most people are like, spoiler warning, I don't care. But this spoiler warning, I'm saying, go and buy this game if you have a Windows PC, of course. And
I think it goes without saying too that this game is worth buying for like just the stuff we've been talking about alone.
Yeah, and full price at that. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. It's an indie game. It doesn't cost It doesn't cost $60. You can afford it. Come on.
Yeah, and I think like you would rob yourself of an experience that you couldn't possibly buy anywhere else right now.
And I think Jordan, you touched on that point to it as well. That a lot of this game is excellent surprises and twists, and just listening to the spoilers, like a lot of my enjoyment came from the fact that there was twists and things I just could not have expected in a million years. So spoiler warning.
Okay, yeah. Spoiler warning.
Okay, so the final fight with the moon.
Yeah, when you actually see Leshy the first time,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
that's what you look like.
Freaked me out. It's great.
Yeah, like I love that the whole final world, quote unquote, is just you walking up to the cabin. That's all it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's so freaky.
It's trippy and
so
cool.
unsettling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah, because I still was like, okay. I mean, all the trains of thought, I remember thinking like, okay, am I this person that I heard in the beginning and they walked up to the cabin and then they got like captured? Like, what is this? You know, what's happening?
Yeah.
So spooky, so scary.
And that's when I started thinking, I'm like, this guy that I've been playing with, he isn't just some serial killer. he's like doing stuff that's not normal.
Yeah.
He can make me put me on the game board.
Yeah, I know the camera thing initially as well. Like, it definitely kept me like, okay, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Yep. And I love that the final fight. Oh, I just love that he's like, you know what, this moon, what does he say? This moon has no value to my board.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.
so he's like, I'm going to put it on the board. And it just takes up all of his spaces.
Oh, it's so
blew my mind.
I love that. And I love that type of thing in a game where they've established rules and then all of a sudden all those rules are out the window, but in a satisfying way. Obviously, you can't just break the rules, but the way that they did it here was like perfect. Very fresh.
Yeah.
Wasn't it though? If you had death touch, you could just kill the moon with one hit.
Is that true?
I don't think so. I think if you use the bleach paint, you can.
Bleach paint's not in the base game though.
Oh, that's KC Bon exclusive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you wouldn't know since you didn't see all the items that you could get in the base game, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I bet in the second phase you didn't even see all your death cards because you didn't even have that many.
Yeah, I had like 2 death cards, man.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, actually.
But yeah, turning into cards from your deck, man, that is a cool mechanic. I made some really, like later, of course, when I came back, I made some strong cards.
I made the Dark Magician. And the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh my gosh. This game is basically just what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is supposed to be, isn't it?
It takes all the best parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure.
No, I love it.
But it's cool if you've been playing for a long time and getting your picture taken and doing that whole process with the cards, him pointing that camera at the moon is like big moment.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That is another big moment. Standing up from the table, seeing Leshy's face, and then the moon coming onto the table are all like goosebumps moments in the game for me.
Yeah.
They were great.
And then when you win, he just is going to kill you anyway, I think, right? Or he's going to take your picture at least.
He is, yeah. Essentially the same thing happens. You just get a pile of meat this time, right?
Yeah. But you learn that Leshy knows that he's in a game. And so he acknowledges that you beat him. But then he's like, all right, well, let's start it back up again.
Yeah, that's freaky. The whole thing is
pretty cool.
It is so cool. Okay. Oh, also in the final thing, he holds up 3 candles, doesn't he?
Yep, he holds up an extra candle.
He gets an extra life. Yeah,
that extra candle moment as well blew my mind. The whole last fight is just like full of these twists that are incredible. Not to derail from the victory, but the 3 candles I had to mention because I loved it.
Yeah, he definitely makes it difficult for you, but I also like that he's not a sore loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He acknowledges that you beat him.
No, Leshy actually becomes a character they're like, wow, okay, actually, besides from kind of the murdering aspect, kind of a chill dude.
Leshy's my favorite character.
Oh, yeah?
At first, I thought I liked the Stoat, but then that changed very quickly.
I understand that. I will say the Stoat, OG Stoat, is my favorite still. But yes, Robo Stoat, not as much. But I still love the Stoat. It didn't detract for me. Like, I still love him. I know it's the same person, but, you know, what do you do?
And then you freaking... So I get, back up a little bit. The whole point of the escape room in the cabin was you were looking for the roll of film, right?
Yeah, so that you could use the camera against Leshy.
Yep.
Yeah. Steal the camera, take his picture.
And then you get the new game. New game plus, new game.
Yeah.
And then, then you start playing a completely different game.
Yeah.
Well, not completely different.
After watching a very confusing set of, 6 videos?
6 videos?
Yeah.
YouTuber.
Some cringe YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because his name's literally Luke Carter, and he runs a card game channel. Yeah. Like, what the freak? What's up with that?
That was funny.
Yeah, but then the game changes pretty drastically.
The first time, they boot you out to that camera, though, with Luke, I'm like, what?
Oh, it was crazy.
And, some of the videos are corrupted, and, they got binary in them, so I was scribbling down binary to plug into a website to figure out what the game was trying to tell me.
Yeah,
and
because there was an ARG aspect to it.
Yeah,
which I don't even know if people have fully solved yet. Last time I checked,
I think it has been solved.
I think so, unless there happens to be more that people are unaware of, but I think people think that they've solved it for sure. When I first looked into it, it hadn't been solved, but I looked into it for the podcast, and it seems that it has.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be you're looking on his camera storage or just something like that. You're just seeing stuff that he recorded, like raw footage.
There's a bunch of stuff. There's a number of ciphers. There's a post-it note cipher. There's other things that happen like that. And then there's
oh yeah. Yeah, it's stuff on his desk is giving you clues. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
The amount of detail that went into things like that don't even necessarily impact the game, strictly speaking, is crazy. How much they did for that. I mean, we were talking about this earlier, but they literally sent floppy drives to a select number of people who solved the puzzles first.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right. It's crazy. And then there were more puzzles to do after they got the floppy drives.
Yeah, I was going to ask, was there anything actually on the floppy drives?
I believe it was more ciphers, yeah.
I love that. This is where you find where the mystery deepens, right? Because you see him find the game that you've been playing this whole time, just in the ground in the woods. and he's like, yeah, this looks safe. I'm going to put this in my computer. Well, it's an old computer. He's like, I got this specifically for this. But still.
The build-up for that as well is really good. I remember feeling okay, you're going to go to the woods and then you're going to get kidnapped by this crazy guy, and then being like, okay, that's not what's going on here, actually. What the flip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go on to the 16-bit game, totally different game, and it's a little freaky and weird.
the RPG.
Yeah, it's almost it kind of felt like some kind of weird Pokemon game in the sense that you collect the cards, you build your quote-unquote your team deck.
It felt very much like the old Pokemon card game, the video game that was on the Game Boy Color. You ever played that?
I didn't. Wow, how niche. That's awesome.
It gave me a lot of vibes from that, just in the way you collect cards and stuff.
It blew my mind how different it was, but I didn't find myself any less compelled to play it. I think at this point, the mystery of the game really, and the overarching narrative with Luke and what the game is, got its hooks in me.
Yeah.
I will say that is what drove me forward in that mode. It wasn't necessarily the gameplay itself, but it was the mystery and really wanting to beat the game and get more information. But I think if that had been if the mechanics for the whole game had been that game, I probably wouldn't have finished it, truthfully.
Yeah, I agree.
But I still thought it was really solid. I would say that the thing I missed the most was I loved all the different mechanics that they introduced, but I missed roguelite aspect of the first portion of the game. They're still deck building technically. You're still like building a deck and making a deck, but it's more in like a traditional sense and not in the roguelite sense. And roguelite deck building is really what I came to play for.
Yeah, that was me too.
Yeah,
but yeah, at that point you're like, well, now I got to know what's going on. It's obviously more than just you're in a dude's cabin. This is a meta thing now.
Yeah, and going in the 16-bit mode to the cabin really blew my mind as well. I remember like freaking out a little bit internally and being like, this is the cabin. These are like the characters from the cabin.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
Yeah, it's like a mind freak a little bit. You're
Exactly.
like, hey, what? I know you.
Exactly. Like,
And you were there. And you were there.
This is the safe. This is the safe. I plugged the numbers into this safe.
Yeah. No, it's freaky.
And then you're like, well, now I got to find out what's going on. And then you find out that all the scribes are the cards you've been playing with that were talking to you.
Yeah, the talking cards.
And so then you start asking, like, well, what the freak happened? What did Leshy do to them?
Yeah.
Why was Leshy the one in control? And then you just keep going deeper and deeper.
Yeah, I loved it. The scribes thing, everything, that there was more to this creepy guy in the woods and that they explained that lore as you go along was really, really cool. Mm-hmm. By the way, what scribe did you guys aspire to initially? Who did you pick?
I picked Leshy. But that's because they were like, whichever one you're going to get their starter deck, pretty much is what they said.
I don't think I realized that I was going to get their starter deck. They probably did say that, but I probably breezed past that.
And so I was like, wait, there's more mechanics than just sacrifice? And so I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to learning a whole new deck mechanic before. Like I just wanted to get right back into the gameplay, I think. So I was like, well, I'll just pick Leshy and get his starter deck. And and they're like, you can pick a different one to replace later on. I was like, okay, I'll just start with this deck. I know it. I know how it works.
That's what I wish I would have done.
Same.
Because I picked the Bone Lady. I can't remember her name.
I did too.
Gormora?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah. And
one.
I just picked hers because I didn't realize it was going to be totally different mechanics. And so hers isn't completely different because it's the bone mechanic.
Yeah.
But it just plays very differently. And I had to relearn how to play the deck.
I'm really glad I didn't pick the wizard, truthfully. That would have been the worst one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, truthfully.
I hate the gem deck. I hate it. The gem cards are so dumb.
I didn't love that mechanic either. I thought it was okay.
I feel like they're just bad. I don't know if I just didn't get it or what, but every time I tried it, it just wasn't good.
Yeah, I feel like the gem deck is almost good as a support system for a deck, but I couldn't imagine playing an entire deck based around gems.
And I think that's what you're supposed to do is mix and match, and just like it gives you a wider breadth of archetypes to build.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But truthfully, all I did the whole time I played the 16-bit mode was I would go into the deck editing menu, remove everything, auto add cards, and I would just play that deck.
No.
Really?
Every time. I didn't even care.
Wow.
The only time I edited my deck on purpose was when I was achievement hunting.
Huh.
Dang.
That's really interesting. I bet that's a fun way to play, honestly. I bet that captures some of what I wanted that version to be.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of card choices. There was a decent mix of, I think, every type of deck. And it's remarkable that the game still works, even though there's literally almost four different card games at play at the same time.
Yeah.
That is pretty wild.
It's basically like Yu-Gi-Oh! On Yu-Gi-Oh! There's like 6 different ways to special summon a monster now.
Oh, wow. All I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what I've seen about people winning on their first turn, honestly.
The game is very solitary.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of FTKs that you can do. So Brandon, you didn't even get to try some of the broken decks you can make, and well, maybe later you did, but
I did make one broken deck, and that was for an achievement where you had to get 666 overkill damage.
Dang.
I mean, are you allowed to do that with the dummy? You know what I'm talking about? Like the training dummy?
Had to do it with the training dummy. It was impossible to do it any other. Well, no, it was possible.
The deck I used throughout the 16-bit mode was the deck that I used to do the most damage. I'm not sure if I did the most damage, but I could have. Basically, I got tired of pressing the button, which was like the bone guy, big bone boy, who you could like feed bones to, and he gets stronger, right?
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Either that or it's when somebody dies. I can't remember, but it's something along those lines. You basically press a button, and it like takes bones and gets stronger, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And that's the deck I used like basically the whole time. But I used it there too on the dummy, and I thought I was breaking the game because it was the first time I hadn't beaten a training dummy yet, and I was like, oh man, I'm about to get so many coins or teeth or whatever it is you use to buy cards in that mode. And then I learned that you could replay him as many times as you wanted, and I was like, why did I waste all that time?
I made a rat deck where I just spammed rats, and that was it. I think it was because the rats took bones. And so I just had the cards. The one card that lets you press the button on it and it gives you a bone. For that, like one bone per turn. And then the rats, I can't remember exactly what it was. It was really good. It was one of those recursion decks where the rats would show up in my hand again and I would be able to play them right away.
That's great.
That kind of thing.
That's your bread and butter.
I do like that, yeah. And I like rats.
I like rats too. I was going to say, I wish I had made a rat deck. That sounds great. It's catchy.
Rats.
Rats.
One of my favorite Pathfinder characters that I've played was a rat, so I like rats.
I see.
Because of that.
Skaven-esque.
Yeah, a little rat folk guy.
I liked the wacky characters in this mode. I like talking to them.
Me too. I really liked all the scribes.
Stimulation
I thought they were all very
guy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how you definitely get the sense of what each scribe is like.
Yeah.
And like what they value.
Yeah.
And like you get this more at the end of the game. But like with Leshy, once you get to know the other scribes, you realize that Leshy's all about like his atmosphere and like the experience rather than having the most in-depth, mathematical game. Whereas the robot is the opposite of Leshy. He only cares about the numbers and having like the most optimal build.
Yeah.
And then Grimora, she's just like there. I don't really remember what she was like.
I mean, I loved her vibe in terms of like basically she just wants everything to end, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's do it.
Oh, that's right. And then the wizard, he's just like a dick. Like
I know, yeah, that guy.
he like tricks his. I don't know if he tricks, but like he gets his students to be turned into like horrific monsters just so that they can have a chance to be in his deck. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm never actually going to put them in my deck. They're just there.
Yeah, I know. The wizard is kind of the worst. I'm not sure. And
he's the one that just wants to keep the status quo the most, I think.
It's that I couldn't remember what his thing was, but I remember being like, well, I don't love that. But I remember thinking something along the lines of like, well, it seems like you might know something that's going on, but man, you're a dick.
What order did you guys beat them in? Because I think I went Grimora, which took me forever.
Same.
Because I think her starting deck wasn't that good against her specifically.
Yep. I had the exact same experience as you.
And then I beat Leshy, then the wizard, and then P03.
C3PO.
Yeah.
No, I think I did Grimora, and then I did the sorcerer, and then PO3, and then Leshy. Finished.
Oh, you saved him for last.
I think I may have done the wizard last, but other than that, Bones Lady, Leshy, and then Wizard Robo. Or Robo Wizard, I can't remember.
I thought Grimora was actually the toughest one out of all of them, but it could just be because I did her first.
I remember thinking that. I remember having a really hard time initially. I was like, geez Louise, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
once you start building the better deck, the rest are pretty easy.
It's pretty cakewalk.
That was where I really missed the roguelite side of it. It's just like, I just want to be forced to build a new interesting deck and like be forced to make new decisions and not have to make this deck from scratch.
And I was like, I mean, the music in this part's pretty good, but like I missed the cabin music, dude.
Did
like
you notice that the cabin music had been renditioned into 16 bits, though?
I did notice that.
That was amazing. That blew my mind.
When I was listening to it in the cabin, I was like, I don't want to leave. Like, I like this music. I want to come back to the cabin. Put me back.
Casey's mod was made for you.
Yeah,
it was for real. I love it.
Yeah.
I think the secrets in this part of the game were pretty good too, though.
Yes. Did you guys commune with the Bone Lord?
Yes.
I think.
Oh my gosh.
So I remember there being. He's in like the basement of Grimora's place, right?
Yeah, you have to put together 2 halves of the opals, the opal cards,
Mm-hmm.
in any one combat, and then you offer it up to him.
I got it completely by accident.
Really?
Yeah, I did not mean to get it. Well, I mean, I got the opal, but by pure happen chance, I happened to play the 2 cards without even realizing it, and they came together, and I was like, what is this? And so then I had to run around and figure out where it went. But then when you see who the Bone Lord is, I'm like, oh, it's you! It's the skull from the thing that gave me bones.
Yeah.
I think he's even called the Bone Lord in Leshy's cabin, right?
I don't know if he had a name, actually. Oh, no, he did. You're right. Yeah, you sacrifice a creature to him, and he gives you the...
Or if you sacrifice a pelt, I think it's like the Bone Lord's unpleased or something like that.
Yeah, you have to give him a creature.
Yeah.
But then he gives you like the bone token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he shows Luke a glimpse of the old data. And then he shows Luke a glimpse of the old data.
The old data.
Yeah, 16 bits when you start learning about old data. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the buzzword.
And I mean, that's where El Robo is like having his one robot buddy like dig for data or whatever, right?
And if you notice too, Leshy has the angler fishing for it as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it's after you beat Leshy, you can go to the docks that are like just right next to Leshy's forest, and the angler's there sitting fishing. And he says something along the lines of, Leshy told me to fish here. Fish for something.
Yeah, pull up something. Yeah, he has some dialogue that alludes to that.
Yep, so both the robot and Leshy are looking for it.
Yeah, I think probably everybody's looking.
So whoever controls the old data controls Inscryption.
Yeah, they can like fulfill their grand design.
But you find out it's not really but what the old data is. It's more just whoever controls it or has possession of it allows them to do that. The old data itself is like something
totally
completely
different,
totally out there.
Yeah. I think it might be like a nuke code or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that somewhere.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah. Like shows up in cards in Hitler's pocket or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Something about cards in Hitler's pocket.
Something about cards in Hitler's pocket.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Should we go to the next section then?
Yeah. So which scribe did y'all actually try to replace?
I did PO3 actually.
I did Leshy, I believe.
I did Leshy again.
Okay, I'll be real. Doing PO3 made the game a totally different experience for me.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because I'm assuming I don't know because I never played this part again, but I'm assuming that PO3 basically takes control of the situation when you pick Leshy anyways, right? And he's like, too bad you picked me, basically, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he forces himself in.
Well, he didn't do that to me, so I was like, oh wow, I picked PO3, and now I get to play PO3's version of the game, and I guess I'm going to go back and do that for all the other scribes too. There's a portion of the game for every scribe. Like, that's crazy. It just so happens that I picked PO3, and there's a whole nother game under here. I was like, oh my gosh, this game is ginormous.
I wish that was the case. That'd be cool.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought was going to happen the whole time. As I was playing it until like the very end, I thought that's what was going to happen.
That must have been disappointing.
To a degree, but you still get a bit of it. So I was not like super. And honestly, like if the game had that, it would have been crazy long. It was already a big game.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, true.
A big game. Because I mean, when you get to PO3's cabin, I guess his area, like there's just entire game flipped on its head once again.
Yeah, like it kind of goes back, but also it's something different again.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. I mean, I think that if I remember right, I got some more of those roguelite vibes from that one. I think I liked PO3's more than I liked the middle section.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how his is more of a RPG.
Yeah.
As in, like, because like there's save points, because it's not a roguelike. Because if you die, you just go back to your last save point.
Yeah,
that's right.
And it's like you have an objective. You're going to like these 4 different points. Which is, yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, maybe it was just the card upgrading that I really missed.
Yeah, I mean there was some of that in his, I think.
Oh yeah, well there's like card upgrading and there was card building, which I loved it. That may be my favorite design decision in the whole game, is that you're able to like dynamically create cards that you use in your deck. What a cool mechanic.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I made some pretty game-breaking cards.
Yeah, like I there's the one section in PO3s. I think this is my favorite part of PO3s, is basically like, I remember you get like to choose the sprite and you name it, given like a few, like 3 words or something, like Toontown style. And then and then you get to like spend points on it to determine what it does, and I loved that.
Yeah, that was cool. Mine ended up always being it was a 3 cost. It could attack once and then it would break, and it was a multi-directional attack, and it would attack for like 3 damage in each direction. So it was pretty much, it was my win button card. If I could get to that point.
I believe I made a win button card too, but I think that I gave it some other sigil that made it like so that I could spend more to make it the win card. So it hit more than once, and it was cheaper, I think, than 3 for sure.
Oh, nice.
But I can't remember. I'd have to get. It's been a long time. I remember Leshy's Cabin the best because of Casey's mod, honestly. But everything else I'd need to like play through again to remember all the stuff that I did.
All I remember from the card that I made in PO3s was Gek 2. I named it Gek 2.
Gek 2, so baby.
Loved
because I was like, I miss Gek.
Okay, I will say that Gek was the best. I would always put Gek in my hand so that when I died, I could make a death card with Gek potentially with the cost of Gek.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah.
I love Gek.
Gek is so good.
But I love, if I didn't love anything else, I loved, which I did enjoy this section. I really liked the boss levels.
I liked them too.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed this section a lot.
So clever.
The one where it like goes into your game file or your computer files, and
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
See,
that was fun.
When I got to that part, I it shows you visually like with big letters, like this is a great one to pick or whatever. So I was like going through like pick a big file. So I go into my computer, system 32. There's a big honking file in system 32. I'm like, whatever. He's like, if this card dies, I will delete this. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want to break my computer. I was terrified. I learned later that like he doesn't actually delete it. It's for the achievement. What it does is it creates a text file. The text file is like, hey, so if your card actually dies in the game, it makes this text file from PO3, and it's like, hey, I couldn't actually delete your file, but if you believe in the rules of the game, you'll put this in the trash.
That is so
and
funny.
when you do put it in the trash with the note, then in the game, he's like, wow, I'm glad that you followed through with that. I didn't think that would actually work.
That's crazy.
That is so funny. Yeah, and there's an achievement attached to that, right?
Yeah. I learned today, apparently, if you give the archivist a .wav, like an audio file, it'll play it in-game, and then PO3 will be like, why are you forcing me to listen to this racket?
That
you can rickroll him?
Yeah. You can rickroll him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
That's incredible. Wow, I did not know that. Yeah, lots of cool details. And I thought it was interesting that the cabin is like this traditional style of horror, and then PO3 is very like robot horror almost, right? Where it's like your files are going to get deleted, your personal information, like a different style of that same type of thing.
Mm-hmm. How about when it started to pull in your Steam friends?
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, Zach is here to kill me. He's here to kill
Also,
me.
he's in the game.
He's in the game.
Also in the game.
Oh,
That was very cool.
That was cool.
Very
I like the
cool.
boss fights.
This part of the game too really emphasizes like how different or what parts of like the game P03 and Leshy value the most. Because like
Mhm.
P03, his like you play his game in this I guess sterile, I don't know if that's the right word, but like the sterile factory basement. And you're just
Yeah.
playing on this hologram board, and he doesn't give you much of a narration. He's like, yeah, this is what it is. This is what you got to do. You can do this or whatever.
mhm.
Yeah, he's the min-maxer.
Yep. But then he's all about like the mechanics, and he's like, all right, I'm going to introduce this new mechanic to you. There's a new board. There's a special, win condition in this boss fight. He's all about that stuff, which was different from Leshy.
Oh, that's a cool observation.
Maybe you can help me make this boss. It's kind of unfinished though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the unprepared DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
I liked making my own boss though.
I made the creepiest looking one I could.
Yeah. And the mechanics were really interesting too. Like whenever you play a card dies, or whenever a card is played, all cards take 1 damage.
Yeah.
It's probably very revealing of like the underlying structure of the code for the game. I'm assuming like with the way that cards work and stuff, they were probably able to do that because, kudos to them. They made an extendable game. Great job. Woo. Which is different,
There was a point in that boss fight the second time that I played it, I made an infinite loop where it was like every time a card is played, a random card is played. And then it like infinitely looped to the point where like my turn was taken forever. And then eventually the game realizes, hey, this is taken forever. And PO3 is like, yeah, we've had enough of that one. And it'll axe one of the rules so that you're not stuck in the loop.
That's funny.
I love that. There are a lot of things like that in the game that are thought of. It's like it's things to where it feels like you really are breaking the game, but the developers have obviously thought about it and have prepared for that situation. It feels really, really good and very satisfying when you find an absolutely broken combination of things that you can do, but then the game still knows that that's possible.
Yeah, that's what people do with card games. That's what they always try to do, is break it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Yu-Gi-Oh sucks now.
It's the funnest part if it's done right, I guess.
Yeah. People broke Yu-Gi-Oh and Konami did nothing to fix it. That's why it is the way it is.
That is the thing, is it's got to be broken and then it has to be addressed.
And it's like you said, they were aware of it in this game. And they're just like, yeah, go ahead and break it, but we'll make you stop after a minute.
Yeah, it's like it's not going to be so breaking that you have to end.
I think kind of to that end, when you're playing on PO3's board, it's a little less satisfying because you have to wait to make those combos happen because of the energy, gaining only 1 energy per turn. Or, eventually you get that upgrade for your squirrel cards, your empty canister, or your gem canister cards or whatever, where you do get more energy, but it just takes so long to set up your hand, to set up your board. And it almost feels more like a waiting game than anything else. So I was always like, I'm waiting to get full energy so I can play this guy that'll shoot 2 spaces. And I feel like I died a lot because it was like, my deck wasn't very balanced because I'm smooth-brained, but it wasn't as satisfying as Sacrifice. As much as I enjoyed a lot of the mechanics, a lot of the boss fights and everything, I was still more dialed into the mystery at this point as well.
Yeah, at that point,
that's what keeps you going.
You gotta stick with it.
And it's nice that we were back to the escape room stuff too. I did like that. I will say I actually had a smooth brain moment in this portion. The thing that you did initially, I think I tried to do that with one of the puzzles here. It was like one of the rotating totem tower things. I can't remember if it worked or not. I think it might not have been able to work. I think I missed a step or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, that totem tower, I didn't figure out what it did either. And I Googled for it too.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about, honestly. So I can't comment.
This is where you ended the game, was in PO3's section, right?
Yeah, I did 3 of the bosses in his section, and then that's when I kind of fell off.
So you probably didn't do the mushroom secret boss.
I did not.
Did I do the mushroom secret boss? I don't know.
The mushroom secret... Dude, the mushroom secret boss?
Is that where you take some mushrooms and then there's a new boss in the game?
No, so in the 16-bit portion, you go to the doctors, right? And they're like, hey, give us this card. Yeah, the mycologist, that's the name I'm looking for. You give them enough cards and there's like a glowing pink key on the screen and they're like, that doesn't have anything to do with the old data, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but you take that key and there's so the PO3's map is laid out exactly as the 16-bit portion. If you go to the spot where the mycologists are supposed to be, in the bottom right corner, you mouse over it, there's a diagonal arrow, which doesn't appear anywhere else. There's no diagonal arrows in all of the map, but there's a hidden diagonal arrow at the very bottom that'll take you to a screen, and there'll be a place for that pink key that you got from the mycologist before, and it starts up a boss fight with the mycologists, and there's like this creepy, hyper realistic, like, you know, the masks were okay before, but like this was a photo probably of Dan Mullins or somebody, like, and it's like a hyper realistic pixelized photo of these mycologists. Mega creepy. Music is creepy, and their mechanic is they smash together their cards to make like a beef monster card. And eventually that mechanic is passed to you, and that's how you can defeat this boss, but you get to keep the card as the end result.
Oh, so, no way.
It's insane. So the card I got self-destructed when it died, but it was like a 7, like 15 or something ridiculous with multi-hit. And it had like turret on it, plus some other thing, like in another thing, because it just would it kept smashing sigils in my creatures together into a single card.
Right,
crazy, way cool. It was and it cost like 2 or 3. The cost stayed low.
Wow, yo, that's way crazy. I didn't know about that boss fight, and I love when games have secrets like that. Meaningful secrets that you do not have to find, you know, like, yeah, not everybody would. It's this thing, I feel like it satisfies this fantasy. It's almost like you're reading a book, like or like watching an isekai kind of thing where they're in a video game or whatever, right? And they like find the super secret that not everybody finds, and it gives them this crazy advantage, and it's super meaningful. And it's like, being able to put that into a game is very rare, and it's very cool when they can pull that off. So I appreciate that that's in the game, and that I never knew about it until just now.
Yeah, and that mushroom secret boss is not an achievement. You don't get any in-game thing for it besides the monster. Maybe a little satisfaction and a little bit of lore.
That's cool how he keeps bringing back all the characters that you saw throughout the game.
Yeah.
In different ways.
Yeah.
Showing that they're always there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
They're just like, it definitely does make them feel like characters trapped inside a game.
Yeah. Like the new talking cards for this section with the fish guy.
Fish.
Yeah.
Fish.
I like fish guy.
Instead of shooting a gun, he would shoot a fish.
That's the best way to do it. So I only know this because I watched, YouTube videos, but I love how how the section ends with Leshy like just trashing P03.
Yeah.
He just shows up and just like, for some reason I'm remembering him like snapping his neck, but that's not what happens. I don't think.
No, yeah. Well, gosh, it's been too long for me. Brandon, you probably know best.
I don't know.
Leshy shows up behind him and he's like, "This is my game." And he grabs him. And,
yeah.
And all the other scribes show up too.
Yeah, because in the end, it's the Scribe of Death or whatever, right? I forget her name, but
Grimora.
Grimora sounds right.
Yeah.
She's the one who really takes advantage, right?
Yep, she does something with the old data, right?
Well, she just deletes everything.
Yeah, she just deletes all the files in the game. So, because she's trying to get rid of the old data. That's what
She's
it
trying
was.
to get rid of everything.
Yeah, trying to get rid of everything.
She's like, I just want it all to end. Let's just throw it away.
I love it. Very heat death of the universe, old god kind of thing for me. I love that vibe, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the ending part is pretty cool after that.
Yeah. Because by that point, as a player, you're like, well, shoot, this guy's like accessing the internet. These, you try I think at this point I was like piecing together the lore of the game. Like, okay, so we got these sentient characters. PO3's main goal is to get online so that he can, do whatever he's got to do.
He's just trying to create more copies of Inscryption, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to distribute them via the internet, the true version of Inscryption.
Yeah.
Or it was like a version where he's the one in charge or something like that.
Or like old data. Yeah, he's like he's trying to distribute, I think, the old data across the internet. Is it the old data? I can't remember, but he wants it to be distributed either way.
So that he would have more power or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Leshy was like, I just want to play a game, dude.
Yeah, I know. Leshy, I do love that Leshy vibe. Just like, I'm just trying to play and have fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying to play some cards, dude.
I'm just having a good time. Chill out.
I guess we kind of already started into like the game just starts getting deleted. I gotta say that like the fact that Dan, even though, like you said, you were expecting the other scribes to have their own sections, even though they didn't, I am way surprised that Dan modeled everything out as if they would.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they had plans, and either for the sake of the game in terms of gameplay overall, or for the sake of time, they were like, okay, well, let's do this. It very much feels coherent. It very much feels like this was how it was meant to go anyways. But
right.
It just makes me wonder, like, it's possible that they played with the idea of making a game for every scribe.
And that would have been nuts.
So crazy. Tons of work. Oh my gosh.
Even still, it's just crazy. Like, you start with Grimora and she's like, this is how my game would have went, this is my mechanic, this and this.
I love how her board is a chessboard.
Yeah.
Compared to the other two. It's very...
The cards are little gravestone shapes.
Yeah, very cool.
I know all the design for all of them felt very unique and cool. Also, the last one is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, I love that. That was so funny.
Dude, when I saw the dual disc, I was like, oh!
The dual disc.
No way!
I lost it.
It's so time to duel.
That was so good. It's so funny.
So good.
And Grimora's is definitely the one that I think felt like it could be turned into a full game mode. And at that point, I still thought that it would be possible for me to go back and potentially do a different run where I play like Grimora's or whatever, and then maybe the same ending. Like, I thought that that's what was going to happen. Even at that point, I thought that would be possible.
See, and I kind of thought that would be possible, even though I knew what was happening, just because it was everything was just modeled and just right there.
Makes me wonder if they're gonna keep supporting the game, if they'll eventually add modes for those.
Right.
I wonder. I think that Casey's mod probably came out as a response to the love for the cabin section. I think that, to my understanding, that is the portion that is the fan favorite, and it's my favorite portion for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, when I wanted to replay the game, that's the portion of the game that I wanted to replay.
But like on that note, the final part when you're playing with Leshy, this one last game,
my gosh.
breaks my heart, man.
Yeah, it's cool that it could be emotional in this type of game.
you guys like you lose your life counter, and he's like, "Oh, we don't have to keep score. Let's just keep playing. Let's just keep playing." Because he just wants to play. He just wants to play games.
He just wants to play.
He genuinely loves the game.
I know. He relates to all of us. We're all just playing this game, wanting to have a good time, and he's like, definitely relatable in that way, isn't it?
And then like the last turn, he's like, "Please, just a few more rounds." And then you shake his hand, and then And then he's gone. You're like, no!
I know, the handshake. The handshake. That part was really... I had forgotten about that part until just now. But that part was so good.
Then the part that really started hitting my emotions, he's like, this is the same deck that you used to beat me. Pretty good deck. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the same deck. This guy.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Big Sag.
Big Sag.
Yeah. This guy that's been killing us, we're like sympathizing with him.
No, that's the thing. He knows it's a game, like a video game. He knows he's not actually killing you.
Yeah.
He just wants to play, man.
He just wants to play.
Well, it seems like it almost seems for sure that he killed Casey for reals, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
No?
I think it's supposed to be implied that Casey was killed in a similar way to Luke.
Oh, really? I mean, I know that he's very fond of Casey, but Casey's also a card in the game, right?
Yeah.
That is true.
So that's where I think it's coming from. It seems like Casey got stuck in the game somehow, but I didn't finish completely Casey's mod, so I don't know if anything.
I thought that was just meant to imply that she played with Leshy before you did. She was the one that started the new game.
Possibly, but Luke doesn't get turned into a card.
Well, no, but you're essentially playing as Luke, right? And when you die in the game, you get to make a card. So you don't name it Luke, you get to name it whatever you want.
I see. So you're saying that she just named it Casey? That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I see.
That makes sense to me.
I could see it. I could see it either way. Yeah. And in the end, I think I'd prefer the version where Leshy's not a psycho killer. He's a cool dude.
He plays the part of a psycho killer.
He does, but it's all for the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
He just likes to have a good time. Maybe he represents like Dan Mullins, right? Because Dan Mullins is making that same kind of experience for people. Like, that's what he likes to do.
True. Big if true.
Big if true.
So anyway, Luke gets shot in the freaking head and dies.
So Luke gets shot.
Who really cares? It's whatever. Just
It was kind of shocking for me. I was like, man, he's really like telling the press, whatever. And then he's like, he opens the door in that last video. He's like, hey, I thought I took. Then she just freaking kills him.
Yeah, it was weird. I think I would have preferred almost a supernatural ending to, or maybe even like a more ambiguous ending for Luke. Like, getting shot is pretty close-ended and doesn't necessarily fit the spooky vibe to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrifying, for sure, but like not the same.
I forget. Is it implied that the lady that shoots him, is she from the game company, or is she from something else entirely?
She's from the game company.
Dude, imagine if Todd Howard just showed up at your house after playing Skyrim and just shoots you.
Not gonna buy the horse armor DLC.
That is so funny. This is the greatest game I've ever played. Like, stop playing this game.
You thought you could break Fallout 76? Ha! He just shoots you.
That is so funny.
Oh gosh.
I feel a little more worse for Luke now,
Yeah, bummer, man.
And then, then she takes the disc, and that's kind of where it leaves off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you follow the ARG, which pretty much after that, there's a video you can watch, which isn't much. It's like 35 seconds long, but it shows Luke's computer booting up, and it goes through like some command prompt thing, and it pretty much just says Transcendence upload complete, inscription upload complete.
Yeah, and then it's got a picture of the Stout giving a wink, or like a little image.
The freaking Stoat.
So I guess what's implied is every copy of Inscription, that we have, is
the copies that we've been playing.
Yeah, is what got uploaded.
Oh, my brain hurts from that.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, that all ties it together, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
But also leaves it open for continuation if they decide to do it.
Yeah, I would be surprised, but maybe.
I mean, I don't expect them to either. I do want them to add more things to Casey's mod. I don't know if that's like if they've said anything about that.
I'm not sure, but I wasn't even expecting Casey's mod, honestly, but that was an incredible addition.
Yeah, should we talk about that? I think we're ready to talk about that.
Sure.
It's good.
I'm ready.
It's good. I don't know if there's much to say because it's just cabin portion, but...
It's cabin with a few differences. Yeah. The challenges can be tough.
One thing that needs to be said is kudos to you for going through the game with every challenge on. That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I haven't done that. That's...
Oh my gosh.
How do you get through the game with no epic cards, no clover, you have one candle.
Your thing have the annoying sigil, the starting deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wall of Bears.
The Wall of Bears.
And
so hard.
I can't even remember all the challenges, but like, how do you freaking do that?
Here, you want to know my strategy? I'll tell it to you. So this was specifically possible because of a few things, and one of them was just a butt ton of luck, obviously.
Yeah.
But the first thing that I went for in every run was the Undying Totem Sigil for Elk Kin. And so what that allowed me to do then is my black goats wouldn't die, so I could keep on using them up. And the other thing is once you unlock the red heart, you can do an infinite combo just right out the gate with your black goat. Because the red heart, its attack power goes up depending on how many the number of sacrifices you take in a turn. So as soon as I would draw a red heart and a black goat, I would just red heart on the black goat on the red heart on the black goat, etc. And so I could get just ludicrous numbers just immediately. And from there, I would hope that I would have either a scissors or the one item that shifts the whole board over a space, so I would have an opening to use that red heart combo before the bears even have a chance.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know how else to do it, honestly, with the bears. Like, you gotta just like get an empty square and then win.
Mm-hmm. The other one that would work is I had a second infinite combo in the same deck, which was with the Lammer gear, which its power scales with your bone, like half of the amount of bones that you have, bone tokens. And so the other thing I had was Bone Horde on one of my goats, and so I could Bone Horde that goat with the Lammer gear and get a similar combo. And that one's flying, so I think I still needed something to get through the bears an item. And it was critical to have something, because the Lammer gear, I could at least have the bleach paint so that I could fly over them, but always having that rotation clock and the scissors or the knife, you can always get a knife from the trader, and that I could use to kill one bear and get a hole in there. The other tactic, here's one you might not have thought of, is waiting for starvation. Because when starvation happens, when you can't draw any more cards, it starts to spawn in these starvation creatures, which cannot be attacked, but they don't have that, but you can fly over them and you can deal direct damage. So I could wait for starvation, and that would punch a hole in the bears because the starvation spawns over the bears.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
And the other thing beyond that is just making sure you kill off your cards. I would purposefully go to those caves, and they'd be like, hey, which of these does your deck have? And I'd be like, oh, I definitely don't have that one. And so I wouldn't get an extra card.
Yeah, no, the cave's the worst. You don't want anything from the cave.
Well, the cave is the best because you can skip a draft if you've got what you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I love the cave. Because
right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that case.
Yeah. Or and then merging expensive creatures together. That's another thing. Mm-hmm. And then I would always go routes where I could choose the blood cost of my creatures and then just continue to pick the expensive creatures so that it wouldn't bog down the cheap creatures. Because the one trick in the game that I didn't realize until I read about it, was it always makes sure that you can spawn in something on your first turn that's a low cost. So if you don't have any low cost, then you always get your black goat or whatever.
Oh, so, it always gives you something on top of a squirrel? So
it gives you a 1 blood if you have it.
I see.
And then it'll give you a random one.
That's a way to keep you from bricking, I guess, right away at least.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was a great design decision. I don't think the game would have been fun had it been the actual odds of you getting those cards. Like, you just would always have to get low-cost cards. Because you only draw a small handful.
Yeah. I always make sure to hit every sacrifice space that I can, like the campfires.
Yep, that too.
All that stuff. I don't use the ringworm on the campfires because they're a reliable way usually to get rid of cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
I loved doing that, and then basically my main plan before the bears, and this worked for me most of the time, is that once I learned via the show notes actually that Leshy makes sure that you have at least one blood card, and I was like, oh, that is true. That's incredible. What I started to do was I would go with the vanilla deck, and I would usually give the stoat the Death's Touch, right? Mm-hmm. I would try to get that on the stoat as soon as I could, and then I would feed the stoat to the campers, and then they die, just like a ringworm.
What?
Yeah.
Just like the ringworm?
Yeah, Death Touch works like the ringworm.
Oh my gosh.
It works the same way. So then they would die, and then I would just ramp up. I would just invest everything into the bullfrog, and I would always have it, and I would play it, and I would instantly win. And then at the end with the moonfight, I would just make sure that I had a card to snip the mole man, and you would essentially just instantly win.
yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's not a bad strategy at all.
I liked it.
Good stuff, man. So addicting.
Yeah. I just always made sure. I just kind of went with the the classic idea of what's my win con. I pick 1 or 2 cards to focus on and just beef them up, and trim everything else. And then just being able to play those win cons. That's another reason why I love Gek. He's free, so I just have to draw him. And
then he's a win con, yeah.
And, if I beefed him up enough, he's a win con. So
I like it. I mean, that's one of the best. That's a really big selling point to this type of game anyways, right? Is that you can have... You need to adapt your strategy in most cases.
Yes.
And I love that.
Got it.
And due to the roguelike nature, it's going to be different every time, which I love.
Same. I mean, I love roguelikes anyways. They're the best. Dan Mullins is the man. He's made an incredible experience, and I don't know if I'll ever have an experience like this again. I'm glad that my lifetime existed in the period that this game existed as well.
Very good game.
Very good.
Would recommend.
10 out of 10. Definitely a favorite.
Like Skyrim with guns.
Skyrim with guns. Exactly.
What else is there to talk about?
Well, I can say I didn't want to go into details initially, but I did love like the sacrifices aspect of it. And if you look at like the trapper, the boss fights, right? You're having to sacrifice cards in like new ways. When you fight the trapper, it's advantageous for you to sacrifice your cards to the bear traps so that you can trade them later. And I thought that was an interesting way to use that theme of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the more I thought about it, the more it showed up all over in the game.
Yeah, I used to hate that fight in the beginning because I didn't really understand. Like, I was like, what the freak? Why does he just get an insta-kill on my cards? But then I got to the second phase, and I'm like, wait, I can just buy his whole board.
Yeah,
and just kill him.
No, it's an awesome
Like, I love
fight.
that. So
Same.
cool.
I would win that one almost every time because I would just like, after I learned about that mechanic, I was just like, well, I'll just take your entire front row then, I guess.
Yeah, as long as there's enough cards to spend initially, as long as you have enough cards to sacrifice in the first round, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Which that more applies in
cool.
Casey's mod if he shows up, but One thing I did think it was interesting about Casey's mod that we didn't talk about necessarily, but the misplays thing.
What are misplays?
That bothered me so much in the beginning, but then I actually looked into it, and yeah,
it's nothing. People looked into the code, and essentially what happens every turn that you play, a dice is rolled. So 1 out of 6 odds, and if it's a 1, then you get a misplay, and that's literally all it is.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, Brandon.
It's not tracking you. It's just random.
How would the game know what a misplay is, Brandon? Come on.
The AI knows better than me how to play the game.
No, you beat the game in 2 days. I don't think it's smarter than you.
Yeah, brother. No, I didn't beat Casey's mod in 2 days though. That took me away. How much playtime do I got on this thing? 53.3 hours.
Casey's mod is tough. I think I still have a couple challenges to beat.
Yeah, I think I got to 11.
If Dan Mullins was to add more to Casey's mod, what would you guys want him to add?
I really loved the cards, like the additional cards and sigils. I thought that to me was one of my favorite parts. I definitely would want it to be more in the cabin. Like I personally, if I had to choose between more content for the other two or more content for the cabin, I think I'd pick the cabin pretty much every time.
Same. Yeah, new cards would be cool. I don't know if I want new challenges.
I don't know. I love the challenges, but I wouldn't want to put them all on in addition to the other challenges.
Yeah, I think this would take a lot of work, but I think new boss fights would be cool.
Yeah. Did you guys play the pirate boss?
I haven't reached it yet. I'm not sure how to get to it still.
What the flip's a pirate boss?
I guess I've spoiled something.
I already know about it, but
it's a new boss in Casey's mod.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
he's got some cool mechanics.
Guess you got a reason to go back now.
Yes, I got a reason to go back. I mean, I love the game anyways. I anticipated going back at some point.
Such a good game.
But yeah, if they threw in a new boss or two, some new cards, I'd be down.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to combat piracy as well, from what I know in the game development sphere. If there are examples of people uploading their game on torrent sites almost as a free ad, and then as long as you do frequent meaningful updates, then it just doesn't matter. The game gets bought anyways.
Oh, that's smart, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's the best way to combat it. Sometimes people will put things in their code that will prevent that type of thing from piracy. It makes it much harder to pirate, but it bogs down the game as well and makes it run a little less well. And it's at the end of the day, from what I understand, it's not worth it. What is worth it is just making sure that you update the game with meaningful updates.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So good for them. They've done it.
They've done it.
And it deserves. It deserves all of the success that it can get.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna add anything more to Casey's mod. I would love it if they did, but I mean, as it is, it's still really, really good and something that I'll probably come back to eventually.
Do you think you'll ever beat it?
I don't know about that. I'm not as smart as Brandon. Apparently.
Take it from me, it's possible. I am as smooth brained as they come, and I somehow did it.
I'm gonna have to try and do it eventually, right? So.
Oh, for sure.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll go back and beat the base game eventually too.
Well, yeah, okay, cool. That's really what I wanted to know.
Yeah. No, I cannot help but recommend this game to literally anybody. It's so good.
So good.
I beat it. I beat it again. I came back and beat it again. Back. Oh. And then at the time of me writing this was my second 100% achievements on Steam. I don't really 100% achievement get 100% achievements in games, but now I have 2 games that I've done that to since then. With Risk of Rain 2, I got all the achievements, and Stacklands. But
hey, you played through Stacklands? I love Stacklands. I also have 100% of Stacklands. It's so good. It's addicting. Game.
I'm working my way up on Risk of Rain 2 right now.
Yeah, I see that in the activity.
Oh yeah.
But no, I don't usually achievement hunt, so me purposefully finding reasons to come back to this game to play it, that's
high praise.
High marks, high praise from me.
For sure. Yeah, it is very good. I think the only games I have 100% with are not this game, but I do have Stacklands 100% and Frog Detective as well.
Heck yeah.
Which has like 3 achievements. That's a great, I don't know, I love those, but they're not hard to 100%.
So, to all you folks out there listening, the moral of the story is buy Hollow Knight. It's a great game. And that's it.
Yep. That's really what we were trying to get to.
That's a good moral.
Inscryption's okay too, I guess.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Think about buying it.
About buying it. I'm pretty sure it's...
Still waiting on that Hollow Knight episode, Brandon.
I did re-buy the game on Steam. I now own a Steam copy. It's in preparation for my Steam Deck that comes in the mail on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Look at you. Fancy cool. Boy.
One of the elite.
We'll get to it. I promise you that.
Dude, yeah. I just not recently, I guess it was like last year, but I 100%ed it again. Because I was like, Silksong it's got to be coming out soon, right? Silksong, it's got to be coming.
It's got to be, right?
But now it's like a year later, and yeah. One day, maybe.
I guess if you like the show, be sure to subscribe to it. You can rate it on some websites. You can also leave a voicemail. If you go to the Anchor website, there's a specific polls that will be released with this episode on Spotify specifically. Polls and a Q&A that the listeners can interact with. And we also do the show entirely live on Discord if you just want to listen to it ad-free. So you can join the Discord to do that. Do you all have any plugs? Jordan, you got to plug your social media handles.
Go play Don't Get Catfished on itch.io. It's free. It's the one I got 4th place on the other day.
I'll link it in the show notes.
Yeah, go do that. That sounds good.
Jordan Greatest on itch.io is where I release any of the free games that I make, and I probably post things on there once any paid title is out as well. There's that one. There's Chicken Flip 2, which I actually really love. And then eventually, I wish that I could plug the sushi deck building roguelite that I'm working on right now, but there's nothing to plug. It's in the works. So when it does come out, you should play it.
I'll be keeping an eye out for it for sure. That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I mean, I think it'll be... I won't release it if I don't think it's fun. So if it's out, it'll be fun. Hopefully, in my opinion.
Anyway, so that's going to do it for this episode.
Everyone make sure to like and
Void
subscribe
Arcade.
and do all that stuff. Otherwise, we'll delete your System 32.
Kidding. Thanks for listening.
Or at least write a polite text file that tells you to do it.
Yeah, just to do it yourself. Well, folks, you've been listening to the Void Arcade.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, do all that stuff. I don't know how to end a podcast.
I don't know. Play safe. Have fun. Peace out.
Peace out, all you party people.